Two women graduate the same year from the same state university with the exact same marketing degree. They both land starting salaries of $48,000 in a mid-sized city. They pay the same rent, and their monthly take-home pay after taxes is an identical $3,100. 10 years later, the first woman opens her banking app on a Tuesday and checks her balance the way you check the weather. She has $47,000 in a brokerage account, a used car she owns outright, and a mortgage payment that fits easily inside our monthly budget. The other woman, let's call her Maya, has 3 unread voicemails from a number she doesn't recognize. She currently makes $67,000 a year, which is nearly $20,000 more than when she started, but she has less financial room than she did at 23. There is a drawer in her kitchen she hasn't opened since February because she knows exactly what envelopes are waiting inside. It is easy to look at Maya's situation and assume she made reckless choices.
We expect to find impulse purchases, designer clothes, or vacations financed on credit. But Maya budgets carefully. She avoided the luxury lifestyle typically blamed for financial failure. The gap between what everything costs and what everyone earns has been expanding for 35 years. That gap is systematically filled by debt products engineered to be easy to acquire, expensive to hold, and packaged as normal life milestones. These divergent realities are the mathematical result of normal financial decisions stacking on top of each other over a decade. Character flaws played no part in the outcome. Maya's first financial milestone arrives at age 23. Her old car's timing belt snaps, and the repair costs more than the vehicle is worth. She needs to get to work. She doesn't have $12,000 in cash. Almost nobody does at 23. So she walks into a dealership. The salesman slides a 4-square worksheet across the desk, dragging Maya's attention away from the $29,940 total cost. Instead, focus isolates on a $499 monthly payment. But factoring in insurance, gas, and maintenance, the true drain jumps to $879. Combined with rent, her disposable income vanishes. 6 months later, an email arrives. Welcome to repayment. Maya must start paying back the $34,000 she borrowed at 18. Her new bill is $386. Placed on a 10-year plan, early payments are often too small to cover accruing interest, causing the balance to grow. Maya did exactly what society instructed her to do. She went to college and bought a reliable car to commute to her job. By simply following these instructions, she has mechanically stripped away her ability to build an emergency savings buffer. Eventually, Maya's car needs new brakes. The quote is $740. Because her monthly margin is too thin to save cash, she has to put the repair on the credit card she opened in college, a card carrying a 31.2% annual percentage rate. Making a $64 minimum payment on a $3,200 balance means $54 goes to interest. Only $10 touches the principal. Designed to feel responsible, this minimum payment pace means it will take 14 years to pay off, costing her $4,800 in pure interest.
Fast forward to age 29. Maya gets a raise to $58,000, but her rent simultaneously jumps to $1,450. Determined to stop paying someone else's mortgage, she takes her savings, a gift from her parents, and puts 5% down on a $295,000 house. The mortgage broker approved her for the principal and interest, but downplayed the surrounding math. She's hit with property taxes, surging homeowners insurance, routine maintenance costs, and private mortgage insurance, a fee charged because she couldn't put 20% down. Her actual housing cost lands at $2,797 a month. Before she buys a single grocery item, her monthly margin is now negative $667. Homeownership is presented as a wealth-building tool, but when acquired with insufficient capital to absorb the true costs, the house transforms into an active wealth extraction mechanism. With zero cash reserves left after closing on the house, an $890 unexpected medical bill and a $1,400 broken water heater must go straight onto her high-interest credit cards. Then her company restructures her department. She isn't fired, but her hours are cut, dropping her take-home pay. She is suddenly running an $800 monthly deficit. The math has completely broken down, and even minimum payments become impossible to cover. 2/3 of all personal bankruptcies in America are tied directly to medical expenses. These filings are driven by biological events beyond the individual's control. The modern middle-class financial structure is a precarious balancing act.
To make the car payments, the student loans, the credit cards, and the mortgage all work at the same time, you have to rely on an impossible assumption that nothing will ever go wrong. The first woman from the beginning of our story, alternate Maya, faced the exact same broken timing belt at age 23. But instead of financing a $28,000 vehicle, she bought a $9,000 used car with the cash she had saved. She then took the $499 a month she would have paid to the dealership and invested it directly into an S&P 500 index fund. This dual line graph tracks the compounding results of that single decision. While the original Maya spirals into a negative trajectory fighting compounding interest, alternate Maya captures it. By the time she reaches age 55, that consistent $499 monthly investment grew to $820,000. If we broaden this out to the macro level, the average American running a car loan, student loans, and credit card debt simultaneously pays $1,500 a month in non-mortgage debt service. This shaded area represents compounding wealth permanently extracted from your timeline. It is the real-world cost of debt service over 30 years. If that $1,500 were invested at historical market returns, it would become $2.2 million. Escaping the trap requires recognizing that the monthly payment is an illusion. Real wealth is built in the gap between what you earn and what you owe. By making unglamorous, outright purchases, you force compound interest to work for you, rather than spending a lifetime treading water to enrich the bank.